ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨ ਦਿਨੀ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਚੋਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਪੂਰੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਭਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ। ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਿਆਸੀ ਪਾਰਟੀਆਂ ਵੱਧ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਚੋਣ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਮੁੱਖ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਲਿਬਰਲ, NDP ਅਤੇ ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਵਿਚਾਲੇ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ PM ਅਹੁਦੇ ਦੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰੀਬ 2000 ਸਮਰਥਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਰੈਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਬੋਧਨ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਉਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਵੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ। ਟਰੂਡੋ ਇਸ ਰੈਲੀ ਲਈ ਕਰੀਬ 1.5 ਘੰਟਾ ਲੇਟ ਹੋਏ ਅਤੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਟਾਈਟ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਸੀ। ਚੋਣ ਮੁਹਿੰਮ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਏਜੰਡੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ ਸਹਿਤ ਦੱਸਿਆ।
सत श्री अकाल दर्शकों, मैं तनवीर सिंह चढ़दीकला टाइम TV तो मैं इत्थे आया हाँ नवदीप बैंस जी के ऑफिस, जिथे असी देख रहे हैं कि बहुत जोर शोर नाल तैयारियां चल रही ने। जिहड़ी होने वाली रैली है जिथे जस्टिन ट्रूडो जी आन लगे ने ते इसी बारे असी गल करते हैं नवदीप बैंस जी कोलों ते उन्हां तो पुछदे हैं कि किवें उन्हां दा मतलब प्लानिंग है ते कितना कॉन्फिडेंस है कि इस इलैक्शन बारे। नवदीप बैंस जी। हाँ जी, सत श्री अकाल जी, तुहानूं सारे लिसनर्स नूं जी थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू सो मच। नवदीप बैंस जी, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਨਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਰੈਲੀ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਰੈਲੀ ਤੋਂ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਇਸ ਰੈਲੀ ਤੋਂ?
well ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਅਸੀਂ ਰੈਲੀ ਦੀ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। people are coming and registering and we're going to be having the rally here in Mississauga, Malton. The Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will be here along with a lot of local supporters and this is about building momentum. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪਿਛਲੇ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਲੱਗ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੈਂਪੇਨਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ aggressively। ਸਤੰਬਰ ਤੋਂ ਲੱਗ ਕੇ ਕੈਂਪੇਨ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ and this is really about talking about how we can move forward and how we're investing in Canadians, how we're investing in our communities। and ਆ ਪਰਸੋਂ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਿਕਲੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਆਪਣੇ ਐਂਡਰੂ ਸ਼ੀਅਰ ਨੇ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਉਹਨੇ $53 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਕੱਟ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਡਗ ਫੋਰਡ ਬਾਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਐਂਡਰੂ ਸ਼ੀਅਰ 4 times as much 4 ਗੁਣਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕੱਟਸ ਕਰੂਗਾ। this is going to impact a lot of key services। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਰੈਲੀ ਦਾ ਇਹੀ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣ ਕਿ 2 very clear choices, a liberal party that moves forward or a conservative party that's going backwards, and we hope in this rally we can demonstrate forward momentum। and
और कितनी अपनी gathering expect कर सकते हैं इस rally तो? what are your expectations?
I expect it's going to be a big rally। ਮੈਨੂੰ final numbers ਅਜੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ, but ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ people ਹਜੇ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਆ registration ਲਈ ਤੇ ਰੈਲੀ ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ 5 ਵਜੇ, ਸੋ 1 ਵਜੇ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਲੋਕ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗ ਗਏ ਆ। so this is a good indication that people are very excited and it's going to be a big event।
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਨਵਦੀਪ ਜੀ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਵਦੀਪ ਬੈਂਸ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰੈਲੀ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੇ ਆ ਮਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਬੱਸੀ ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਗੇਮਸ ਦੇ ਹੈਂਡਬਾਲ ਦੇ ਕੈਪਟਨ ਰਹਿ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ 82 'ਚ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਮਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਬੱਸੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਕਲਾਸ 1 ਅਫਸਰ ਰਿਟਾਇਰ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ, ਉਹਨੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੋਟ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਗੇਮਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਗੇਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਆਫਿਸਰ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਕੋਚ ਸੀਗਾ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਗੋਲਡ ਮੈਡਲ ਮੈਂ 1962 'ਚ ਲਿਆ ਤਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦਾ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਦਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਹਿਮਾਚਲ, ਹਰਿਆਣਾ ਅਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਦੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ।
ਅੱਛਾ ਜੀ।
ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਤਿਆਰ ਟੀਮਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਹੈਂਡਬਾਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀਆਂ, 3 ਵਾਰ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਜਿੱਤੀ। 65 ਗੋਲਡ ਮੈਡਲ ਆਈ ਬ੍ਰੌਟ ਫਾਰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਟੇਟ
ਵਾਸਤੇ।
ਹਾਂ 65 3 ਵਾਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਨਰ ਕਰਿਆ ਅਤੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਕਰੀ। ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਰਿਟਾਇਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ। ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਪੋਲੀਟਿਕਸ 'ਚ ਚੰਗਾ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ 2-3 ਬੱਚੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਟ ਹੈ, ਬੋਲਣਾ ਅਤੇ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨਵਦੀਪ ਬੈਂਸ ਇਜ਼ ਵਨ ਆਫ ਦੈਮ। ਕਮਲ ਖਹਿਰਾ ਇਜ਼ ਨੰਬਰ 2। ਮੈਂ ਰੇਡੀਓ 'ਤੇ ਪਰਸੋਂ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੁੜੀ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਇਲੀਗਲ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਇਲੀਗਲ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਅਖਬਾਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਪਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਫੋਨ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਦੀ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੋ, ਟਰੂਡੋ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੋ।
ਅੱਛਾ ਜੀ।
ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਵੀ ਭਾਈ ਆਹ ਇਲੀਗਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਾਲੇ ਕਿਆ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਹੀ ਗੋਟ ਸੌਰੀ। Anyhow, I support the man who knows very well about politics, about public, about grievances of the public। So ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਖ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹੀ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ ਵੀ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਇਜ਼ ਲੀਡਿੰਗ ਵਨ।
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੂਰਾ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਤੇਗੀ?
ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਹੈ। ਅਗਰ ਕਸਰ ਰਹਿ ਗਈ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੈ NDP वाला ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਪੋर्ट ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਅਨਾਉਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਤੀ ਹੈ और ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਉਣਾ भी चाहिए क्योंकि वी बिलोंग टू द सेम कैटेगरी हमारे जो असूल है जो हमारा टारगेट है सेम है
ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਆਏ ਜਾਂ ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਦੇ ਚੱਕਰ
ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੈਜੋਰਟੀ ਆਊਗੀ ਜੇ ਕਸਰ ਰਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ NDP ਕਰੂਗੀ
ਓਕੇ
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹਰਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਐਗਰੀਕਲਚਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ 2 ਅਵਾਰਡ ਮਿਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਇੱਕ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੇਟ ਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਕਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਏ ਹਰਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ
हाँ जी मैं हरपाल सिंह राम दुआली के नाम मेरा मशहूर है मैं पंजाब का स्टेट अवार्डी गोल्ड मैडलिस्ट इंडिया के कई नेशनल अवार्ड में हासिल कर चुका है कोई भी नेशनल अवार्ड नहीं रह गया जोड़ा मेरी झोली च नहीं पिया खेतीबाड़ी सैक्टर च तो मैं खेतीबाड़ी का खोजी हाँ हाँ तो मैं कई किस्म दी काढ़ा कड्डियां नवियां तो नवियां तो मेरे रिकॉर्ड है उत्थे बासमती का कणक का ते हौला सरों का तेल बीज का इंडिया दे विच
ਇੱਥੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਇੱਥੇ
10 साल हो गए आया ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ
ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਵੈਸੇ
ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਪਾਸ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਲਈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਪੱਧਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਹੂਲਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਨੀਅਰ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੱਸਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਹੂਲਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ 10 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਪੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਸੀਨੀਅਰ ਕਲੱਬਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਲੱਬਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੈਰ ਸਪਾਟਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਸਹੂਲਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਾਪਦਾ ਵੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਮੁੱਚੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਲਾਗੂ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ ਖਿਮਾ ਦਾ ਜਾਚਕ
ਇੱਥੇ ਖੜੇ ਹਾਂ ਨਵਦੀਪ ਬੈਂਸ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਕੈਂਪੇਨ ਆਫਿਸ ਦੇ ਪਾਲੋ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਕਿਉਂ ਉਹ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਏ ਹੋ तो ਦੱਸੋ ਫਿਰ क्यों सपोर्ट करते हो तुसी लिबरल पार्टी को
मैं तो पंजाबी में नहीं बोलूँगा
हाँ जी एनी लैंग्वेज
अच्छा कोई बात नहीं
मल्टीनेशनल
हाँ एग्जैक्टली थैंक यू तो मैं 27 साल से यहाँ रहता हूँ नवदीप बहन के साथ मैं शुरू से हूँ ओके एंड देन द नंबर 1 रीजन दैट आई एम सपोर्टिंग लिबरल पार्टी इज मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म यस ऑब्वियसली दैट इज टॉप नॉट फॉर मी बट हेल्पिंग द मिडिल क्लास but most importantly helping the youth which is the STEM program the coding program all those things matter to me because I am also a father women's right is top notch for me so my sister will talk about women's right
well nothing different from my brother हम लोग बड़े अरसे से almost like 2008 से हम लोग लिबरल पार्टी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और मैं मिस्टर ट्रूडो से मिली थी आज से कोई तकरीबन 2013 में and the way he expressed himself the way he like helping and मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म नेचर काइंडनेस मैंने उनको देखा कि वो ज़मीन पे बैठ के चेयर बैठे सीनियर लोग मैं खुद सोशल सर्विसेज में काम करती हूँ उस ज़मीन पे बैठ के उनके साथ बात कर रहे थे बट लाइक इट्स नॉट लाइक वो सिर्फ वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं अदरवाइज ही इज़ अ गुड एट हार्ट वेरी गुड पर्सन लाइक आप सीरियल लोगों का देख लें वो बगैर किसी चीज़ से लाइक मुसलमान हिंदू सिख किसी भी मज़हब से बालातर होके उनका मज़हब इंसानियत है दैट्स व्हाट आई लव अबाउट हिम एंड दैट्स इट लाइक मैं उनके बारे में जितना आई कैन गो ऑन एंड ऑन द थिंग इज लाइक उनके लिए इतना ही काफ़ी है कि उनका मज़हब इंसानियत है एंड सिंपली लव दैट
सो ये चीज़ उनके पॉलिसीज में भी दिखती है कि मतलब
एग्जैक्टली ऑल ओवर उनकी पर्सनैलिटी में उनके नॉर्मल जैकेट्स तकसीम कर रहे हैं खुद लाइक कौन प्राइम मिनिस्टर करता है लाइक मैं जानती हूँ
So you guys are very happy and content?
Absolutely, we're 100% happy for a few reasons. Number one is helping the middle class is nothing like that. Having my nephew being able to go to school and get a break, that's wonderful. With the students loan, that is going to be helping him. But above all, I believe the Conservatives taking the sides of the big business all the time. They always do that. They say something, but when they come in power, it's not for the little guy. But Justin Trudeau, the Liberal Party, they are always for the little guy.
जी ऐसे गल कर रहे थे that we are here at Navdeep Ben's campaign office, and we are talking to a lot of people who have actually come over here. So we are talking to some local citizens that why do they support Liberal Party, and let's have a talk. Ma'am, your name and why do you support Liberal Party, and what are you here for?
My name is Rosa. I'm supporting Liberal Party because of Navdeep Bains and his office. So I've been back in Canada for second time. So they support me and supporting them back.
And anything else that you like about Mr. Bains that you want to support about his nature or policy or something, that the work that he does?
He's helping our community. He's doing very good job for our community. So that's I'm supporting him so he can continue his hard job for community, for our community.
Okay, thank you. So let's move on and talk to some more people that why they are here and why they are supporting so much from the local citizens. Yes, ma'am. May I know your name and why you here and why do you support Liberals?
Yeah, hi. My name is Christine Brady. I've been Liberal all my life. I'm here. I've helped Navdeep with the election over the past 16 years.
Okay.
We're going here today to have a large event here for Justin Trudeau. And
why do you support Liberals?
I support the Liberals because I think they're very fair with the people, and their policies are directed around the people, for the people, by the people. I also think that speaking to you people out there, you need to get together, look at your candidates who are running in the area, go out and vote for the candidates, vote Liberal candidates. We all appreciate Justin Trudeau as the leader of the Liberal Party, but if you don't vote for the candidates in the area, we won't have a Liberal Party in Parliament this year. So I'm asking you to go out, vote Liberal for your Liberal candidate in the area.
And why you so enthusiastic about working for the rally?
Because if we vote for one person,
Yeah.
it would affect the whole country.
Okay.
And if one person gets elected, they might make some changes to Canadian laws, like charge more on taxes. So I think that we should all go with my grandma.
And how old are you, young man?
10.
10. And you're here for the support. That's really
my
great.
grandson. I thought it was important for him to be here. I brought my grandson today because I thought it was very important for him to be here.
That's true. So thank you talking to us. So let's go on and talk to some more people over here. There are some youth ladies that we are talking to, and they are all working professionals. So let's have a talk that why do they support Liberals, and for what things that they may that got them here. So may I have are you all working professionals over here?
Yes.
Okay. And why have you gathered here? Why do you support Liberals?
We are here to support the Liberals. Like they are really supportive because they are supportive for the immigrants, and they are always talk about the climate changes and all the things. Yeah, so that's why we are here to support Liberals.
कितना time हो गया ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ?
It's been 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yes.
Okay, that's really nice. Ma'am, your name and
My name is Snapshot. I'm supporting this party because they're in favor of immigrants as well, and everything in the favors of student as well. So that's why I have been like 3 years here.
So you're mainly supporting the candidate or mainly supporting the party?
I'm supporting the party.
You're supporting the party. You?
Hi, I'm supporting the party as well, and my name is Ranjit, and I am here from last 2 years, and I support them because they are very fair, and and they also favor immigrants.
In terms of
they favor immigrants, and that's it.
So are your friends also supporting Liberals or some mix of culture is going on in your office work or something. Can you tell us what's the wave around that you feel liberals are going to get it? Or
Yeah, most of my friends are in favor of this party.
All of my friends are in the favor of this party because everybody like Trudeau.
You'll be volunteering and supporting the party.
Yes. Even we did the last year, like during the last week elections, we did the volunteering for the Liberals, and that was really nice experience. So that's why we are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to us. This is Tanveer Singh. Asi ate Navdeep Ben's office that we'll be talking to a lot of people more over here, and we have some of the people who are really enthusiastic about the rally. Let's have a meet them and have a talk. Yeah, ma'am, may I know your name and where you're from?
My name is Pamela. I am from the riding of Mississauga Malton.
Okay, you're staying here from Malton. For how long have you been?
I was born and raised here, but my family is from Tamil Nadu.
From Tamil Nadu?
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And your whole family is here now?
Yes, my whole family is here. We have many friends and family friends that are here. We all support Navdeep Bains.
Support Navdeep Bains.
Yes.
Why do you support Navdeep?
Because he has been there for our community. He is continuously being there for our community. He works hard for us, and he never fails to disappoint us. He is always about our immigration policies. He makes sure that we are well supported in that.
Well supported.
Yes.
So, what are your parents saying on that? Anybody? What do you say that? Why do you support Mr. Bains, or why do you support the party?
They're helping immigrant all the time, so that's the party. Only one of them helped immigration. That's the reason we help.
Okay. And are there other policies? Are you okay with that? Everything else?
Oh yeah.
ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਵਦੀਪ ਬੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਆਫਿਸ ਦੇ ਕੈਂਪੇਨ ਆਫਿਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਖੜੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਜ਼ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਜੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਵਾਈ ਡੂ ਦੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਲਿਬਰਲਸ ਸੋ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਫਰਮ ਯੂ ਦੈਟ ਵਾਈ ਡੂ ਯੂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਲਿਬਰਲਸ ਐਂਡ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਹੇਅਰ for what?
Okay, my name is Hamid Akbar and I'm supporting Liberal Party for the few reasons. I'm a senior myself, and the senior program is excellent for the Liberal Party. For example, if you make $15,000 or less, that's a non-taxable amount, and Liberal Party is also increasing the GIS. And secondly, first some money also is given to the seniors for the betterment. So
that they are taking care of the elderly people.
They are taking care of the senior people of the Canada, and like I've been here for 45 years in Canada. Yeah, so I am very impressed with the senior program for the Liberal Party.
So what is your say on
Yeah, this is a good program. We have a children's program for the kids also. So we are here from last 30 years in this country, and always Liberal, good for the ethnic people.
Where did you came from, sir?
I'm from India.
You're from India.
I'm from India. He's from Pakistan.
I'm from Pakistan.
I'm from India.
You're from India.
Yes,
What do you have to say about the?
I'm here because Liberal Party support a lot of minorities. That's the reason I'm here.
Okay. That's really good. Sir,
my name is Ahmed Hussain. I'm from Pakistan. So I like Liberal Party because the way they are promoting the immigrations, I mean different communities of the GTA. That's a main thing which I like about Liberals, and that's what I'm here to support Navdeep.
Navdeep. And why Mr. Navdeep? Have you?
Again, it's going back to the detail. I mean, I don't want to go in details about the Liberal Party, but in general, I like their policies.
You like their policies?
Exactly.
You're really happy, and you think that they'll do better? Everybody.
And also tax cut for the middle class, like from 22% to 20.5%, so 1.5% decrease in the tax. That's also a big plus for the middle class.
Which is a more attraction because everybody wants to save the money. The cost of living is going definitely up and up. Everybody knows that, and this is how to decrease it. Liberal Party can do it.
So,
हाँ जी, सब तो पहले चढ़दीकला TV टाइम में जनाब बहुत बहुत थैंक यू जनाब तुसीं इत्थे कवर करन आए हो सारिਆਂ ਦਾ और नवदीप भी इस ਅਸੀਂ रैली 'ਚ जा रहे हैं जस्टिन ट्रूडो ਦੀ अपना ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਪੋਲਿਟਿਕਸ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਥ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦੇ ਬਿਲੀਵ ਇਨ ਡਾਇਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਬਿਲੀਵ all the community and they believe they are taking care of all the people. It doesn't matter from which community you belong, from which policy मतलब ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫੇਅਰ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਇਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਸਟ ਡਿਬੇਟ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਂਡਰਿਊ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਜਾਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਿਆ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ।
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਸਰ?
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਜਨਾਬ 22 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਬਲਕਿ 23 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ, ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਔਰ ਆਈ ਬੀਨ ਵਰਕਿੰਗ, ਮੈਂ ਕੈਰੂਨ ਪੈਰਿਸ਼ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ I live in Punjab, Islam ਜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਜੀ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
From Don Valley West, Rob Oliphant. And from Don Valley North, a new candidate who's got provincial experience, none other than Han Dong from Don Valley North. And of course, we have Ontario's co-chair from Eglinton Lawrence, Marco Mendicino. And my good friend, someone who I worked very closely with at Ryerson University, the Member of Parliament from Markham Thornhill, Mary Ng. And our new candidate from Markham Unionville, and make no mistake, we're going to win back that riding with Alan Ho. And of course, I want to acknowledge my workout buddy. Many of you know who he is. From Mississauga Centre, Omar Al-Gabra. A former Olympian, a former provincial cabinet minister from Mississauga East Cooksville, Peter Fonseca. And a champion of human rights, of women's rights, someone who believes in creating an equal society, from Mississauga Erin Mills, Ikra Khalid. And one of the smartest guys I know, I think he's got like multiple PhDs, super smart, humble and down to earth, our Member of Parliament from Mississauga Lakeshore, Sven Spengeman. And from this place called Streetsville in Mississauga, none other than Gagan Sachkhand. We also have our team from Oakville. I want to acknowledge them. Our new candidate from Oakville, again, someone who is a legal scholar, well recognized in the work around governance, Anita Anand. And of course, a local councillor from Oakville, North Burlington, Pam Demoff. And so this is a pretty cool guy. I think he's up there when it comes to street smarts and being really, really a passionate individual when it comes to championing human rights issues. None other than Arif Virani from Parkdale High Park. I guess the Arif team is in this side of the corner. From Scarborough Agent Court, none other than Jean Yip. And from Scarborough Centre, she's the Member of Parliament that's knocked on the most number of doors, had the most attempts, had the strongest ground game in the last campaign and this campaign, none other than Salma Zayed. And when you want to talk about a savvy veteran, someone who's got a wealth of experience, who's been around the block a few times, who keeps us focused and moving forward, none other than John McKay from Scarborough Gelwood. And our candidate and Member of Parliament from Scarborough North, Sean Chen. And another champion of human rights. And we've seen his work, particularly when it comes to the indigenous community. My good friend from Scarborough Rouge Park, Gary Anandasangari. That's a pretty big Gary crowd here in Mississauga Malton. And someone who has championed the issues of strengthening gun laws, who served us all. You got it. From Scarborough Southwest, Bill Blair. And our next member of parliament from Thornhill, he's done this a few times, he's working really hard, Gary Gladstone from Thornhill. And we all know that the economy is doing well, we're creating jobs, there's growth around in every region of the economy, and that's thanks to our finance minister, the member of parliament from Toronto Centre, Bill Marneau. And representing Canada internationally and making sure that we negotiated a new NAFTA, none other than Chrystia Freeland from University of Rosedale. Looks like she's also got a few fans as well. And last but not least, from Willowdale, Ali Ahasi. So thank you very much, everyone. I wanted to introduce the team. I want to thank the volunteers. I want to thank all of you for coming out. We will be starting momentarily. As you know, we have a special guest with us here today, and he'll come out momentarily to address the crowd. Thank you very, very much. Merci beaucoup. That I represented back in 2004. Again, someone who has worked day in and day out. From Brampton South, Sonia Sidhu. And I vividly recall when this young lady said to me, I'm interested in politics, and she's come a long way and she's working so hard as well. None other than Kamal Khera from Brampton West. And we've got a pretty strong team here from Don Valley as well. I want to start off with a few savvy veterans. Of course, from Don Valley East, Yasmin Ratanzi. And I have a feeling everyone in this room knows this young fella. From Don Valley West, Rob Oliphant. And from Don Valley North, a new candidate who's got provincial experience, none other than Han Dong from Don Valley North. And of course, we have Ontario's co-chair from Eglinton Lawrence, Marco Mendicino. And my good friend, someone who I worked very closely with at Ryerson University, the Member of Parliament from Markham Thornhill, Mary Ng. And our new candidate from Markham Unionville, and make no mistake, we're going to win back that riding with Alan Ho. And of course, I want to acknowledge my workout buddy. Many of you know who he is. From Mississauga Centre, Omar Al-Gabra. A former Olympian, a former provincial cabinet minister from Mississauga East Cooksville, Peter Fonseca. And a champion of human rights, of women's rights, someone who believes in creating an equal society, from Mississauga Erin Mills, Ikra Khalid. And one of the smartest guys I know, I think he's got like multiple PhDs, super smart, humble and down to earth, our Member of Parliament from Mississauga Lakeshore, Sven Spengeman. And from this place called Streetsville in Mississauga, none other than Gagan Sachkhand. We also have our team from Oakville. I want to acknowledge them. Our new candidate from Oakville, again, someone who is a legal scholar, well recognized in the work around governance, Anita Anand. and of course, a local councillor from Oakville, North Burlington, Pam Demoff. And so this is a pretty cool guy. I think he's up there when it comes to street smarts and being really, really a passionate individual when it comes to championing human rights issues. None other than Arif Barani from Parkdale High Park. I guess the Arif team is in this side of the corner. From Scarborough Agent Court, none other than Jean Yip. And from Scarborough Centre, she's the Member of Parliament that's knocked on the most number of doors, had the most attempts, had the strongest ground game in the last campaign and this campaign, none other than Salma Zayed. And when you want to talk about a savvy veteran, someone who's got a wealth of experience, who's been around the block a few times, who keeps us focused and moving forward, none other than John McKay from Scarborough Guildwood. And our candidate and Member of Parliament from Scarborough North, Sean Chen. And another champion of human rights. And we've seen his work, particularly when it comes to the indigenous community. My good friend from Scarborough Rouge Park, Gary Anandasangari. That's a pretty big Gary crowd here in Mississauga, Malton. And someone who has championed the issues of strengthening gun laws, who served us all. You got it. From Scarborough Southwest, Bill Blair. And our next Member of Parliament from Thornhill, he's done this a few times, he's working really hard, Gary Gladstone from Thornhill. And we all know that the economy is doing well, we're creating jobs, there's growth around in every region of the economy, and that's thanks to our Finance Minister, the Member of Parliament from Toronto Centre, Bill Marneau. And representing Canada internationally and making sure that we negotiated a new NAFTA, none other than Chrystia Freeland from University of Rosedale. Looks like she's also got a few fans as well. And last but not least, from Willowdale, Ali Ahasi. So thank you very much, everyone. I wanted to introduce the team. I want to thank the volunteers. I want to thank all of you for coming out. We will be starting momentarily. As you know, we have a special guest with us here today, and he'll come out momentarily to address the crowd. Thank you very, very much. Merci beaucoup.
Hello, everyone. In case you don't know, my name is Omar Al-Gabra. I am the Liberal candidate for Mississauga Centre. It is so nice to see so many friends, such enthusiasm, such energy. I am so proud to be part of Team Trudeau, to be... So before I forget, we need to also recognize one other candidate who's here with us, my friend, my colleague, Ahmed Hussein, and many of his friends obviously here. Look, let me set the stage for you. You guys were there 4 years ago. Do you remember what was going on 4 years ago? Do you remember how we had the slowest growth since the Deep Depression? Do you remember 7 years of deep deficits? And add $160 billion to the debt with zero to show for? If I told you 4 years ago that in 4 years our government was going to oversee the creation of 1.1 million jobs, would you have believed me? If I told you that in 4 years we were going to lift 900,000 Canadians out of poverty, including 300,000 children out of poverty, would you have believed me? This is precisely what our government has done. And while other parties are speaking nonsense about what they want for our government and what our country, our Prime Minister, our team has made huge progress for Canadians. And we have seen tremendous economic growth, tremendous social policies, inclusion, gender equality being promoted by our Prime Minister, by our leader, by our Liberal team. So friends, the choice is clear this election. The choice is clear. Do you want to continue to move forward, or do you want to go backward? Do you want to go back to the Harper years? Do you want to implement the Ford policies, or do you want to continue to move forward? Do you want to continue to implement policies that benefits the few and does little for the middle class, or do you want to continue to move forward? So we need your help. We need your help. 10 more days to go. We need you to help your candidates. We need you to continue to knock on doors. We need to continue to spread the message. This choice couldn't be any clearer for Canadians. We all choose forward. And you know, we can't do this without you. We need your support. We need your enthusiasm. We need your volunteer hours. It is really important to continue to connect with Canadians, to provide them with answers, to tell them about what our government has done over the last 4 years and what our government will do for the next 4 years. The choice couldn't be clearer. Let's move forward with our Prime Minister, with our leader, Justin Trudeau, with the Liberal team, and for Canada. So friends, 10 more days to go. You've worked with us for the last few weeks. You've knocked on doors. You've made phone calls. You've installed signs. You've spoken to your neighbors. You've spoken to your work colleagues. We need you to continue to do that. We need you to continue to share our message of inclusive prosperity, of equality, of diversity, of inclusion, of gender equality. All of those aspects of our platform are important, and we'll need your help to continue to move forward. As you can tell, I'm trying to delay a little bit more. But look, friends. Okay, let's do this. 4 more years. 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 And look who's coming on stage right now. My friend, Member of Parliament for University of Rosedale, Gracia Freeland.
What a great gathering of amazing Liberals who are going to elect a Liberal majority on October 31st. minute ago. And I was saying, you know, sometimes you need a woman to get all the details right. So that's why Nav asked me to come out here, because we have so many fantastic candidates, and Nav did a great job talking about all of them, but there are so many, he didn't get through the whole list. So let's hear it for my friend, the amazing Julie DeBrusen of Toronto Danforth. And let's hear it and Julie has been doing terrific work. She is out there all the time, and she has done really, really great work on the gun issue in particular. Okay, there is one more person who I want to recognize because she is out there working her riding so hard, and that is Michelle Fisher of Dufferin Caledon. Okay, so all of us now, no one is an MP. When the writ dropped, Parliament was dissolved, and we're all candidates. But we still need to have a government, even during an election, because the world doesn't stop. So the Prime Minister, he's still the Prime Minister. Yay! And I am still Foreign Minister. So I want to tell you something that being Foreign Minister has paradoxically shown me. You know, I have always loved being a Canadian. I have always been proud to be Canadian. But, But as Foreign Minister, inevitably, I've spent a lot of time over the past couple of years outside Canada. And sometimes when you are a little bit distant from something, you see it with greater clarity. And I really feel spending so much time outside our country has given me a sharper perception than ever of how lucky every single one of us is to be Canadian. One thing we know about ourselves as Canadians is we believe it's appropriate not to brag. But I'm going to say a very bold and audacious thing, which is that today Canada is the strongest liberal democracy in the whole world. Result of the work of our government. I'm not going to claim that. That is the result of the amazing work of all Canadians and this fantastic society and country we have built together. But I want to say another thing about that, which is something the Prime Minister points out. And that is that Canada did not happen by accident, and it will not continue without hard work. And I want us also to understand that one of the reasons that I can say this afternoon that Canada is the strongest liberal democracy in the world is because things are not going so great in many other countries. I think this is the moment since the Second World War when the rules-based international order and liberal democracy are under greater threat than ever before. So let us not be complacent, Canadians. Let us not think that these terribly dangerous trends we're seeing in other parts of the world, including in other liberal democracies, let's not think that it can't happen here. And And let's remember that our single biggest job as Canadians, all of us as Canadians, I would say for me as a politician, is keep our Canadian liberal democracy strong. Now, how do we do that? Well, there is a great expression in Russian, which is that only a fool learns from his own mistakes. Okay, it's a good idea, right? So let's learn from the mistakes of others. And I think if we want to look at how in other countries has liberal democracy been challenged, the specifics are different, but there is one story which is actually remarkably the same. And what has happened is a big group of people gets left behind. People lose their jobs in their 40s and 50s and can never get another one. People work hard all their lives and can't retire in dignity. People think their kids are never going to move out of their basements and are never going to get a job. And when you have a group of people like that who are left behind, then you know what? It creates an opportunity for an irresponsible but ambitious politician to turn to those people and to say, your problems are not complicated. There is a simple cause of your problems. Your problems are caused by the other. They are caused by your neighbor who has a different skin color, or maybe a different religion, or they're caused by a whole country of people like that. And when you take that political formula, you can create angry and divisive populism that tears countries apart. And it is so important that we do not let that happen here in Canada. And you know what? Our government has been doing what you need to do to not let that happen by investing in the middle class and people working hard to join it with the Canada Child Benefits, with more support for pensioners, with more support for students and young people buying their first house, with more support for Medicare, including pharmacare. And, my friends, this is what we need to keep on doing. We need to invest in Canadians so that Canada can stay strong. Now, I'm going to say one last thing. Just one last thing. I was talking about the threats to our own liberal democracy, and we need to pay attention to those and work hard to keep our own liberal democracy really the city on the hill, the envy of the world. But sometimes threats come from the outside, and we have experienced that in this turbulent world. And in particular, we experienced it with NAFTA and the steel and aluminum tariffs. And so before we hear from our Prime Minister tonight, I want to say to everyone here what a fantastic leader he has been, facing a challenge no one could have predicted in 2015, facing it with strength, with courage, with grace, and with resilience. Just before we hear from the Prime Minister, I want to tell you what the Prime Minister's message to us, to his cabinet, was about how we would handle the negotiations. This is what he said to us when he made the decision to impose retaliatory tariffs of more than $16 billion on the U.S. over steel and aluminum, the strongest trade action Canada has taken since the Second World War. And by the way, something Doug Ford said we should drop and we should unilaterally surrender. Okay, so here was the Prime Minister's message, and I think it's a good message going forward. He said, we do not escalate and we do not back down. I think that is a great summary of how Canada should behave in the world. It's a great summary of what it means to be Canadian, and it tells you about the leadership, the grace under fire of our outstanding Prime Minister. So thank you for being here. Let's get him re-elected on October 21st.
I just want to say thank you again for everyone for being here in Mississauga, Malton. I want to thank the residents for giving me the honor and privilege of being your voice in Ottawa. The last 4 years have been amazing. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So to sum it up, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to boil down to the person that we're all here to see. Someone who we care about, someone we're very passionate about, someone we know that's leading our country. He will be here momentarily, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be very exciting. Thank you very much for your patience. As you know, we've got a dynamic team here. Christia Freeland came and spoke. My friend Omar Al-Gabra came here and spoke. And again, thank you all for being here. And just in a few moments, we'll have an opportunity to introduce our special guest, someone you've been very patient about, someone I know you're very excited to hear from. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll change your life, it'll change your life. It'll change your life, it'll change your life. It'll change your life.
Hello, Mississauga! Good evening, my friends. Friends, what a pleasure to see you all tonight. Thank you for your patience, but I can tell you, you saw it, we have such a great team of candidates. I want to thank Navdeep Bains for welcoming us here. Merci, Nav. The one and only Navdeep Bains, Mississauga Malton. It is so great to be here tonight, surrounded by so many friends, old and new. Thank you. Whether this is your first Liberal rally, or your second, or your 10th, it's great to see you. And I want to start by saying something that I really can't say often enough. Thank you. Thank you. I know so many of you are pulling late nights and early mornings, knocking on doors and sharing our Liberal plan to move Canada forward. And of course, with advanced polls this weekend, it's only getting busier. But I know, and you need to know, that every call you make, every door you knock, every conversation you have brings us one step closer to our goal on October 21st. So for all you do, all you've done, and mostly all you're going to do over the next 10 days, thank you. Tonight, my friends, I want to talk to you about the future of Canada, the greatest country in the world. Because in this election, there are two very different visions of Canada on offer. One will take us backwards, and one will take us forwards. Andrew Scheer wants to give a $50,000 tax cut to millionaires. I want to cut taxes for middle-class Canadians. Andrew Scheer wants to scrap the first and only national climate plan Canada has ever had, and I want to fight climate change. Andrew Scheer wants to cut the services you rely on most, and I want to keep investing in your future. Backwards or forwards, that's the choice of this election, and it is yours to make. But first, let's have a look at what we've achieved together. I want to talk about how, in just 4 short years, we created over 1 million new jobs and lifted 900,000 people out of poverty, including 300,000 kids. It didn't happen by accident, that's for sure. My friends, everything we've achieved over the past 4 years has been thanks to Canadians' hope and hard work and their belief, your belief, that better is always possible. Après avoir été délaissés pendant 10 ans par le gouvernement de Stephen Harper, les gens en avaient assez. Assez de la politique de la peur et de la division. Assez d'un gouvernement conservateur qui refusait d'investir dans les gens, qui s'est tourné les pouces et qui manquait franchement d'ambition. Donc, en 2015, les Canadiens ont décidé de nous faire confiance. D'un océan à l'autre, ils ont uni leurs voix et ont voté pour du vrai changement. Real change has meant more help for hard-working middle-class families. It means more help for new moms like Jin, who uses her Canada Child benefit to pay for diapers and baby clothes. And Allison, a single mom of 2 who's called the CCB a lifesaver. Real change has meant investing in My Way service, helping commuters like Lynn get downtown for work, and students like Bassam, who studies at George Brown College, get to class on time. And real change has meant lowering taxes for the middle class, investing in skills training, and building new rental apartments for folks right across the Peel region. And while we've done a lot, the truth is, we're just getting started. We have more work to do, but trust me when I say we will get the job done. Because together, we're focused on building a better Canada for all Canadians. And then, on the other hand, you have Andrew Scheer and the Conservatives. They've spent the last 4 years voting against the things that Canadians need. They voted against the Canada Child benefit, against the middle class tax cut, against a stronger retirement for seniors. Think about that. Voting against the things that have helped so many people get ahead. And now, they're asking you to believe them when they say they'll help you and your family. Thankfully, Canadians aren't buying it, because we've seen this Conservative movie before. In opposition, Conservatives stand in the way of good policies that help people. Then they campaign on fear and empty promises. And as soon as they get into power, they cut taxes for the wealthiest and cut services for everybody else. It's textbook conservative politics. And this election is no different. Just like Doug Ford made massive cuts here in Ontario, Andrew Scheer will cut the things you and your family rely on. But don't take my word for it. Take his. Yesterday, finally, we learned what's in Andrew Scheer's platform. No wonder he's been hiding it for so long. No wonder he tried to bury it late on the Friday of a long weekend. You can sum up Mr. Scheer's platform in 3 words. Cuts, cuts, cuts. You know what he did? He looked at what's happening here in Ontario and decided that the biggest problem with Doug Ford's cuts is that they're too small. He looked at Doug Ford's cuts and said, "Hold my beer." So he came up with more cuts, $53 billion worth of cuts. Andrew Scheer's cuts will be 4 times larger than Doug Ford's. To put that in perspective, think about this. Andrew Scheer's cuts are larger than the total amount the federal government is spending on health care this year. More than double the cost of the Canada Child Benefit. And it's about what we spent last year alone on benefits for seniors. Almost 20 times what we spend on student aid. You get my point. Andrew Scheer's cuts make up a big, big number. And when he was asked what he would cut to reach that number, you know what he said? He said he'd find efficiencies. He said he wouldn't cut core services. Where have you heard that before, my friends? You see, for conservative politicians like Doug Ford and Andrew Scheer, the only services that matter are those that serve the wealthy. For everybody else, it's cuts, cuts, cuts. Cuts to education, cuts to health care, cuts to child care, cuts to infrastructure. Well, I think people have seen quite enough of this from these conservatives, and so the choice couldn't be clearer. Do you want investments in the middle class, or do you want cuts 4 times bigger than Doug Ford's? Do you want real climate action, or do you want cuts? Do you want to make education more affordable, or do you want cuts? Do you want to give seniors the benefits they deserve, or do you want cuts? See, luckily, you can send a clear message to the Conservative Party on October 21st. My friends, Andrew Scheer wants you to gamble with your family's future and double down on conservative politicians. But Canadians know that they deserve better. It's time to stop conservative cuts. And what about the NDP? Remember this. The NDP couldn't stop Stephen Harper. The NDP couldn't stop Doug Ford. And the NDP can't stop Andrew Scheer. The only way to stop conservative cuts is to vote Liberal. des 4 dernières années, notre équipe a travaillé fort pour améliorer la qualité de vie de la classe moyenne et de ceux qui travaillent fort pour en faire partie. On s'est battu pour les travailleurs et les familles, pour les étudiants et les aînés. Pendant 4 ans, on s'est battu pour vous. On s'est battu pour vous quand on a renégocié l'ALENA et on a conclu un accord de libre-échange avec notre voisin à une époque où le protectionnisme domine. On s'est battu pour vous quand on a travaillé directement avec les municipalités pour améliorer les routes et le transport en commun, pendant que certains gouvernements conservateurs provinciaux s'amusaient à faire de la petite politique. Et on s'est battu pour vous quand on a mis en place le premier et le seul plan national pour s'attaquer au plus grand défi de notre époque, les changements climatiques. On sait qu'il nous reste encore beaucoup de travail à faire, mais c'est justement pour ça qu'on doit continuer à se battre. As Canadians head to the polls, here's what we need to remember. If you want progressive action, you need a progressive government, not a progressive opposition. If you want to build a better future for our kids and grandkids, and I mean really build a better future, voting Conservative won't get us there. In 2015, we closed the book on the Harper decade. We can't afford to go back. My friends, the very first thing we did when we formed government was cut taxes for the middle class by raising them on the wealthiest 1%. And if we win this election, our very first act in Parliament will be to cut taxes for the middle class again with nothing for the 1%. Contrast that for a moment with Andrew Scheer's proposed tax changes. Under a new Conservative government, a person making $400K a year will benefit more than a person making $40K. That's not fair. And Andrew Scheer would create a tax shelter for millionaires that would let them save as much in taxes as the average Canadian earns in a year. That's not right. Liberals believe in giving more help to the middle class and those working hard to join it, and less help to millionaires. That's why our tax cut, coupled with our plan to slash cell phone bills by 25%, will save the average Canadian family $1,500 a year. You want to talk about for the people? Well, that, my friends, is for the people. You know what else is for the people? Standing up and saying that when it comes to gun violence in this country, enough is enough. Too many lives have been lost. Now is the time for political courage. Our kids' very lives depend on it. So unlike Andrew Scheer's Conservatives, Liberals will bring in the toughest gun control laws that Canada has ever had. Mes amis, notre plan est ambitieux. Mais pour pouvoir le mettre en œuvre, on doit rassembler les Canadiens. Ça inclut non seulement ceux qui sont plus à gauche que nous, mais aussi ceux qui sont plus à droite. Rappelez-vous ce que je disais pendant la campagne de 2015. Les conservateurs ne sont pas nos ennemis, ils sont nos voisins et on partage les mêmes inquiétudes. Ils s'inquiètent de la menace que représentent les changements climatiques, de la montée du populisme, de l'intelligence artificielle et de l'autonomisation. Ils se préoccupent du coût de la vie parce que les prix augmentent alors que les salaires restent les mêmes. Comme nous, nos voisins conservateurs se demandent ce que l'avenir leur réserve dans un monde qui évolue constamment. La réalité, c'est que les politiciens conservateurs n'ont pas de plan concret pour répondre à leurs préoccupations, mais nous, oui. Donc, montrons à nos voisins conservateurs qu'on va se battre pour eux et avec eux. Montrons-leur qu'il y a de la place pour tout le monde dans notre mouvement ouvert et positif. My friends, we will make life more affordable. We will fight climate change, and we will get guns off our streets. I know we can do this. I know we can do this because I believe in this team. I believe in all of you, and most importantly, I believe in Canadians. My dear Liberals, we started this journey together years ago because we believed that better is always possible. And from the very beginning, this movement was never about us. It's always been about people. It's about the Hamilton steelworkers who are no longer suffering under unfair tariffs from the Trump administration. And it's about the Indigenous communities who now finally have clean drinking water. It's about the students who can sleep easier at night knowing they don't have to pay back their loans right away. And it's about the parents who can now afford new winter boots for their kids. That's what we're doing here. That's what this is all about. You see, my friends, Andrew Scheer wants you to think this election is about me. This election isn't about me. This election is about you. This is your country and your choice, and it couldn't be clearer. So let's do what Canadians always do. Let's pull together, let's go knock doors, and on October 21st, let's stop conservative cuts and let's choose forward!